Hey kids, Princess here, hi. How's it going? Hi. Sorry it's been so long. How you been? I'm alright. Um, I need to stay off for a minute. I had a rough weekend and I didn't want to say some of the things that I was liable to say. Um, so I'm probably not going to really talk about that much. But I wanted to say hello to everybody, hi, and let you know some of the other things that have been going on. I've been being good, and on my diet, as you may have known, I got my hat on. It's St. Patty's Day coming up, so I'm Irish out today, and I put it on to go outside because it was cold and then it messed up my hair. So you're gonna have to look at me with my little Irish cap on. Sorry, hi. I hope it's cute for St. Patty's Day. Speaking of which, there's a G3 tomorrow at O'Malley's, which would be St. Patty's Day oriented, very green. Hi. I've been okay. You probably saw my tranny TV where I ran away from therapy. Wound up going to another therapy class, my individual, on Tuesday. That was really good. Basically determined that I shouldn't have run away, that I need to stand and face these things. So, blah, blah, blah. So I guess I gotta go back and face it. Not excited about that. But, I'm kind of annoyed at things, at men, friends, and then just like men in general. Some men. I had a really bad experience with a friend. I guess I'm going to talk about it a little bit this weekend, and it really upset me on Monday night. And I feel so taken for granted and uncared for and disrespected. And this is somebody who's just supposed to be a friend, that I cook for with my other friends, not like a boyfriend, just a gay guy friend, and who's supposed to, supposedly loves me, but it looks like all that stuff was a lie, like an act, or somebody pretends like they like you, even though they really think you're a hot mess, and that you're a horrible tranny, and that nobody likes you. So this person kind of changed colors on me. Granted, they were pretty, maybe not in their total senses, in a way, in their cups, as they say, but sometimes that's when the truth comes out, and in this case, it wasn't necessarily the truth, well, not my truth, not the way I think of myself, but the way that he thinks about me was pretty rotten and horrible, and made me feel really not okay. So I responded to that probably not in the best way. And hope that all works out. I don't like the lighting in here, so I'm sorry I keep on picking this up. But I'm not going to be his friend anymore. I'm not going to try that. When the lies are exposed, when somebody's true feelings about you, when their hatred and disrespect and their hatred, when you see it, it's really frightening, and it just can't be taken back. I've seen it a lot in my life, and probably maybe some of you transsexual kids have. I don't know. I realize that not a lot of people have had my experience, but I imagine you transgender kids may have, where, people put up with you for a minute in the group and things are fine until it could be just this thing comes over one person and then their real feelings come out. But there's this angst that's, I think, fueled by them suppressing it and acting like they don't hate you. And then eventually their barriers drop enough, or they loosen up enough to where their hatred seeps to the top, and then it's infectious. They can infect other people with it. Once it's okay for them to do it, other people jump on and they realize, well, then maybe it's okay for them to practice this hatred and to let that feeling well up. So I've watched this occur to me so many times, whether it was my brother or best man in my wedding, just the way they relate to my femininity, and all I can speak of is my reality. So, but at some point they snap and come at me, and because of that reality, I have lived in this PTSD scenario where I have this hyper diligence, I'm kind of like hyper aware of what's going on with other people like that. So and I'm afraid, and I react because I know I feel cornered, and I strike out because I've been cornered, and it's worse to be cornered. You got to get out of the corner. Don't let them get you in a corner, kids. You need to fight through the bully before the fire catches, before his anger catches to other people, and while you have a way out. You need to stay in public. You need to get away from the bully, and you need to confront the bully, and you need to do so violently and snap them out of their reality. They're in a reality where they think that, where it's self-projecting. They're telling themselves how rotten and horrible and nasty you are, and they're looking and believe they're going to find affirmation in those around them about confirming their statements about who you are, whether it's your being transgendered or whatever they want to call you. Name calling starts generally, somebody else will pick up. If you want to avoid an overwhelming situation, you generally have to attack the name caller, and you can't wait for it to escalate beyond that. You have to understand the scenario as it is. I personally reached out to bar staff and was like, hey, this person is harassing me, and you need to keep an eye on them and keep them away from me. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself. I just don't need that energy. However, even though they told him to avoid me, he did not avoid me. And, in fact, approached me, and in so doing also kind of began, trying to recruit this other big guy. And when I saw that, that's that fire catching. He goes to this guy, he goes, look at this tranny, she's a piece of junk, she's nothing. And, that's that thing with bullying, and if they push it, and then now this other big guy is joining in, and it's two of them. So no, I start and I push my friend, and I'm like, no, you gotta go, we gotta go, you gotta go outside. This is bullshit. And in trying to wrestle him out, there was a little scuffle, and I did not strike him or hurt him intentionally. But he did fall, and it woke him up a little bit. And I hope not that he'll remember. But everybody threw him out, and I left. But I left heartbroken, having lost a friend and having experienced another scenario where somebody I thought loved me for who I was kind of turned their back on me and stabbed me in public, put me down in public, degraded me in public. It's a pretty horrible setup because I would never let that happen to me. I would never put myself in a situation where somebody could do that on purpose, but he's kind of set me up for that. I had believed, and just got done feeding that kid a roast dinner that night. Roast beef, him and another friend. And a girlfriend. But no. So that was traumatic, kids. That really traumatized me. And then there's, a lot of people just sexualize me, where it's not about a relationship with me, it's about a relationship with my sex. And I guess women, that's what happens to women. So maybe I should chill out and feel happy about it. But it's just, I'm kind of over it. It's shallow, and I kind of want a deeper relationship than just sex. And I'm glad that people are attracted to me sexually, but it's also kind of a drag when you just feel like a piece of meat or something that they just need to experience or test or try or see and fulfill a fantasy, have a tranny, whatever it is. But it's not really about me. I know that. So that gets depressing, and on top of, your friends bailing on you and being horrible to you. Life is hard for this transgender woman. It's just really tough, and trying to relate that reality of losing my relationship with all my masculine friends and all my friends that I had through my wedding and my life as Michael, and being adrift and trying to find new friends and being vulnerable in my wigs, in my nasty makeup, in my horrible clothes combinations, and just learning how to be a kid and dressing in drag and looking like crap. And I needed friends, and I took what I could get. And maybe this has happened to you kids, where you compromise yourself in order to fit in, and give yourself a break. Sometimes that works if you can do it. Do it while you can. Get to the point where you need to, like I did, where I'm secure now in myself. I don't really need anybody else. I feel good. I'm out. I'm about. I'm living my life as Sierra. I can go to straight bars, to any establishment in town now, and get picked up and feel good about myself. And it turns out probably have less of a risk of violence than I have. If you look at what's happened to me in all the gay establishments, that's where all my, where I've been accosted. So, this last one works at IBT's, and he attacked me. So, as a transgender person, I've experienced a lot of hatred and a lot of derision, and I don't think people realize where it comes from, but it's because of my sexuality, and just in case you don't know. So, sorry if it rubs you wrong, but Princess loves you, and I'm just trying to be sweet and nice, and I wish people weren't mean to me. Love you. Bye.